So last week on FPL Versus, I told you to go with Diego Costa and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Unfortunately, you should have gone for Harry Kane. Let's see if my advice is better this week.
I think I'd be better off all alone.
What's up guys, and welcome to FPL Versus, your show to figure out your FPL dilemmas between players you should be picking. And today we have a midfielder edition for you guys as we look at two Tottenham midfielders and two Liverpool midfielders, two clubs that are flying high in the Premier League at the moment. We're going to start off with the Tottenham players, and we're going to look at Dele, Alli and Christian Eriksen as the two main midfielders for that Tottenham side. But leave in the comments down below if you think any other Tottenham midfielder is a good option moving on into the second half of the FPL season. Now if we start with Dele Alli comes in at 8.5 million and has scored 10 goals this season. He's had 51 attempts with 30 coming from inside the box. On target he's had 23 shots on target, which gives him a minute per chance of 31.5 minutes. His shot accuracy is 45.1% with a goal conversion rate of 19.6%. He's got 2 assists this season and has created 29 chances for his teammates, giving him a minute per chance creation rate of 55.3. And his goal involvement comes in at 30.8%. So all of that is great stats for a midfielder, especially the goal total. His conversion rate is pretty good for a midfielder, 19.6. His assists though are a bit low, and ideally you would want goal involvement rate a little bit higher, but 30% is nothing to laugh at. We then move on to Christian Eriksen, who is 8.6 million, 0.1 million more expensive. He's scored 5 goals this season, which is 5 less than Dele Alli, which is a significant amount 22 or 23 game weeks into the season. However, he has had more attempts on goal, 81 attempts in total, with less coming from inside the box, 21 to Dele Alli's 30. So we can see Christian Eriksen has a lot more long shots that may also take into account free kicks. So his chances usually aren't as good chances as Dele Alli's are. However, he has had more shots on target. I don't know how you really want to read into that without seeing every single chance they've ever had, but he has had 28 chances on target compared to Dele Alli's 23. This gives him a minute per chance of 22.6, which is much better than Dele Alli's, shot accuracy of 34.6, which is lower, and a goal conversion rate of 6.2, which is less than 50% of Dele Alli's. However, where Christian Eriksen does come into the fore is his assists. He's got 9 assists to Dele Alli's 2. His chance created is 61 to Dele Alli's 29, and his goal involvement rate is a little bit higher on 31.7%. So if you're asking me who do I think you should go with, right now Dele Alli has hit a purple patch, but Christian Eriksen had a purple patch as well, where they both got a lot of assists or got a lot of goals in a small amount of time, which really boosted their stats up quite significantly. Me personally, having watched some of the Tottenham games, I believe Christian Eriksen will stay more involved in the goals, whereas Dele Alli I feel like can not be involved in some games. Whereas I think Christian Eriksen is kind of the creative hub for that team, so usually he'll be involved in the goals some way. But to be honest, we're splitting hairs here. Both are great options coming in at a very similar price. So I think as long as you have one of them, unless you have better midfield options elsewhere, either one is a perfectly fine choice. Now we're looking at Liverpool and we are comparing Adam Lallana with Roberto Firmino. Coutinho isn't here purely because of his injury, but as a little side note, I personally think if Philippe Coutinho comes back and has the form he had before he got injured, Philippe Coutinho is probably a better option. But we're going to look at Adam Lallana and Roberto Firmino today because that is what you guys asked me to look at. And we'll start with Adam Lallana coming in at 7.7 million, which we know is cheaper than Roberto Firmino. He's scored 7 goals from 32 attempts on goal. Only 11 have been on target, so only 4 of his shots on target have actually not converted. Minutes per chance is 44.7 minutes with a shot accuracy of 34.4 and a goal conversion rate of 21.9%. He has managed to get 7 assists this season from 24 chances created, which gives him a minute per chance creation rate of 59.6 and a goal involvement rate of 36.8. Now all of that for a £7.7 million midfielder is very, very good, and in recent games he has even been pushed up the pitch a little bit, which I'm not sure will actually help his stats to be fair. I think a lot of his goals come from the fact that he's coming from deeper and it's harder for the defence to pick him up. Comparing him to Roberto Firmino, coming at 8.5 million, which is 0.8 million more expensive than Adam Lallana, he's scored 1 less goal, scoring 6, but he's had 62 attempts on target. That is 30 attempts more than Adam Lallana has had. Shots on target, he's managed to get 27 shots on target, giving a minute per chance of 30 minutes, which is better than Adam Lallana. Where he falls short though is not in shot accuracy, which is 43.5%, but it's in his goal conversion, which is 9.7, which is a considerable amount lower than Adam Lallana. He has only got 3 assists as well, whereas his chances created again is higher than Lallana, coming in at 45 compared to Adam Lallana's 24. That gives him a minute per chance created, which is better than Adam Lallana, coming in at 41.3, but means he comes in with a lower goal involvement rate, which comes in at 19.6 to Adam Lallana's 36.8. So it's a weird one, this one, because all the underlying stats are suggesting that Roberto Firmino is the better option, but it's Adam Lallana that is converting and getting the FPL points, because his assists obviously are either of better quality or he's just luckier, and his goals and his goal chances they're either better or again he's just getting luckier. Now we can look at underlying stats all we want, but if a player is scoring FPL points and another player isn't, then that means we have to just ignore the underlying stats until those underlying stats start converting into points. I've always been an advocate for Roberto Firmino, but even I've had to drop him from my side, even though I said he would come good eventually, because the points just weren't coming. Adam Lallana was getting the points, brought him in. He's done a lot better for me than Roberto Firmino would have, so my choice would be Adam Lallana. That being said, I think Christian Eriksen and Dele Alli are going to be a lot more consistent over the entire season than Adam Lallana. So I would say if you've got to choose between all 4 of them, I would go with Christian Eriksen just beating out Dele Alli. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. I hope you're liking the new layout of the channel with the videos all being about FPL. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for FPL content. Hit that like button and leave any other FPL Versus questions that you guys have for me. Hopefully I'll get them a little bit more right than I got the Diego Costa one. I've been JNO, you guys have been awesome, and remember, it's all about the game.